Welcome to our module 4, session 1. Thank you very much for coming. So Madam Ashira from PTC Togoto will lead us in prayer.
Okay. Tuombe. Kwa jina la Baba na Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu, amina. Baba yetu mwema, tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya siku nyingine njema ambayo umetupatia. Tunajua kwamba kuna wengi ambao wangetaka kuamka asubuhi ya leo lakini hawakuamka, lakini sisi tuko hai. Ndio maana tunakuambia upokee sifa, tunakushukuru na tuinua jina lako. Tunajikabidhi mikononi mwako katika kipindi cha leo. Utuongoze, utusaidie katika kuelewa yale ambayo tutafundishwa. Tuombea wale ambao watatuongoza ili Bwana uweze kuwapatia busara na uweze kutuvumilia wale ambao hawaelewi haraka. Naomba uwepo wako tusaidie ili tuweze kuwa wa manufaa kwa watoto ambao tunafundisha. Tuomba hayo kwa ajili ya Kristo aliye Mwokozi wetu. Amina.
Okay, karibuni sana kwa kipindi cha leo. Nashukuru kwa uwepo wenu nyote hapa. Leo tutaangalia enhancing non-routine problem, and thank you Madam Ashira for raising the issue. I know we are trying to navigate, and that's why we have minimized to only 5 softwares: Edpuzzle, Google Classroom, Flipgrid, and these Teams. We have tried to really to limit, because when we are demonstrating digital literacy to teachers, we go up to 40 types of softwares, but we have limited only to 5 so that there is no that commotion, and we'll try to minimize moving around from one to the other. So welcome to our session. I gave you some task. You had some home fun, which you are doing. I hope you did the task. It was about some questions, and I'd like to hear how was it from everybody. You can just type in the chat the task which you are doing, and whoever is live can share. So Madam Washira, I'll start with you. Just try to explain if you did the task where there were masses, there were explanation of stuff. Can you explain how it was? While the rest, please chat. And don't forget to sign in. There is a form for registration. Registration is daily. I've posted it there. Every session you have to register so that I know who is there on time. So Madam, unaweza tuelezea kidogo?
Ile kazi ya hesabu?
Yes.
Well, if that is what we are calling non-routine problems, they are actually very non-routine, because at some point I couldn't figure out what we were being asked to do. And I thought, especially in number 1, I thought I got it right. Because I talked about 11 dogs having 44 legs, and 3 birds have 6, to make 50. To make so I think they are very what would I say, mighty boggling. They are questions that require a lot of deep understanding, and maybe that's looking for a way to solve problems. And if you come up with students who have that mindset, then I think you'll be sorted with providing solutions to very many problems that face us in our life. They were tough questions.
So you were able to think critically?
Yes, but I did score.
No, don't worry about the score. We are keen on the process. We are keen on the process, not the outcome.
Yes, I took so long to think out the answers and how to navigate through the questions, and it was quite a task. Yes.
Thank you very much. And how did you like it that when you submitted, you got feedback immediately?
I loved it, but of course I was a bit. I was shocked at the way it took a lot of time trying to solve. Then I got that one.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Ashira. Do we have anybody else who can share? about the experience. Thank you very much for that. Anybody else who can share? Anybody else who can share about the assignment I gave? We had an assignment yesterday, and we are doing question, and Madam Osura has explained her predicament about it. And the idea is, how do you give questions which will facilitate our learners critically? Because when they are given an opportunity to think, that will be very important. So we'll have an opportunity to unpack that as we explain our experience. In today's session, our learning outcome are to explore the requirements for solving non-routine questions. That is the first thing that we'll be looking at. And we'll also be looking at solving non-routine problem. We'll have an opportunity to solve non-routine problem, and it will also be demonstrated in a class whereby we'll attend a lesson and see how it is. And then after an hour break, we'll also have you demonstrating how to do it. It will also give us an opportunity to appreciate the importance of solving non-routine questions. So the success criteria will include your participation and your reviewing of the examples which will be given, as well as you planning for what you'll take away after this particular session ends. So that is what we are expecting you to do as we move on. So to begin with, there is a difference. As Madam has spoken, a problem is routine if it involves using the simple for arithmetic operation and you solve a problem in a practical nature. But it becomes non-routine when it is a complex problem which requires some degree of creativity or originality to solve. It also becomes non-routine when it does not have an immediate strategy to solve it. It can also become non-routine when there are many ways to solve that particular problem. So that is what we are talking about when we say non-routine, and what it means to be routine or non-routine. So you find that, for example, what is the answer for this question? Can you type it in the chat? Just type the answer in the chat. Let's type our answer in the chat. Okay, you can see people have answered it very fast with no problem. What about this? What is the answer for that? Let's type in the chat. Let's type that in the chat. Okay. So we have two different answers. Somebody saying 9 or 7. Somebody saying 3 or 7. Okay. Let's see more. Okay. 3 or 7. Okay. So you can see we are getting direct answers for this. So I'll want to give you another question, and I'll give you time to do it. I want to give you another question, and this is the question. Nairobi is 35 kilometers, Machakos is 49 kilometers, and Thika is 17 kilometers on those sides. My question is, if you're halfway between Nairobi and Machakos, how far are you from Thika? I'll give you 5 minutes to solve that question.
Excuse me, Mwalimu. Microphone.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. I can't read the question.
If you are halfway between Nairobi and Machakos, how far away are you from Thika?
Thank you.
And the roadside say Nairobi is 35 kilometers to the left, to the right, and Machakos is 49 to the right, and Thika is 17 to the left. You have 3 minutes 40 seconds to finish the question. We have 2 minutes. John Kanyoro has given one of the answers. Okay, let's hear more. The link to the registration is in the chat, Naomi. The link to the registration is in the chat. Let me paste it again down here. Mercy is saying 41.5. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Flo. Biwin is saying 37 kilometers. Mercy Njama, 41.5. Mercy Glorious, 41.5. Jackie, 41.5. Uni is 42. We have 15 seconds. Lizzie is saying 35. And our time is up. So thank you for sharing your answers. I also want to share my answer, and then we can compare the answers. So in sharing my answer, you find that this is how I worked it out, that is the distance. So I drew that particular diagram, and I put Machakos 49 that side, and I put Nairobi 35 that side. So that is the distance. And I'm supposed to be at the center of the two. So the total is 84, meaning that at the center, I'll be 42 kilometers from each of the sides. So that is where I'm standing. And then that means if I'm 42 from one side and Machakos was 49, then I am 7 kilometers from the signpost. If you bring Thika, is 17 kilometers from the signpost. That's how Thika is. And therefore, the distance from Thika will be 7 plus 17 for me. So the total distance, I'll be 24 kilometers from Thika. So that is the answer I got. You can compare my method and yours, and you can see what was the alternative way. You can compare the alternative way in which you did and the way you have seen it here. So you can see that when you're talking about non-routine, it's not just a straightforward, but you need to do something and get the answer. So I'll give you another opportunity to try a non-routine. And for this, I want you to go to, I want to give you some questions from grade 4. I want you to go to quizzes. Go to join my quiz. It will show you join my quiz. Let me just share the link. You click the link. Click the link in the chat. It will take you to a quiz. And then from that particular link, we are going to share to do a quiz. It will ask you for a code. So let me share that. So click on that link in the chat, and it will take you to my quiz. And when it takes you to my quiz, you come and enter that particular code shown. In the chat, I've shared a link, joinmyquiz.com, joinmyquiz.com. So it will ask you for a code, and when it asks you for a code, the code is what you can see on the screen, 026123. So you type joinmyquiz.com in your URL, it will bring you on what you can see on the screen. Or you can click the link in the chat, it will bring you to what you can see on the screen, and then you will enter the code. You'll enter the code, and when you enter the code, it will ask you to enter your name. So let's go to joinmyquiz.com. So just type joinmyquiz.com. Esther, it is just joinmyquiz.com.
For the sake of those who cannot access chat.
Yeah, I've disabled WhatsApp on me. Just type joinmyquiz.com for them. Joinmyquiz.com.
Okay.
Because it is interfering with my presentation as I'm presenting, it's popping up. Just join myquiz.com. Let me just try to see if I can get WhatsApp. Join myquiz.com and it will bring to you to that particular site which I shared. I can see Nation has joined. Just go join myquiz.com. Nation, you can also help in typing it in the WhatsApp, in the Kiambu group, so that they can see what we are doing. Join myquiz.com and then register there. So we are waiting for people to join. One person has joined. I can see 2 people have joined. 3 now. So click on that link. It is in the classroom. I've typed it, and the code Winnie has typed.
Ndio nimeingia saa hii, hata ndio namsikia tu saa hii.
If you're in WhatsApp, you'll see it is johnmyquiz.com, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Ndio nimeingia. At least na vile nilikuwa nimepotea.
Pole kwa kupotea.
Thanks.
So we have 6 people. We have Leah. I'm expecting 23 people. So let's join quickly because of time. So I have 6 people. I'm waiting for the others. In the WhatsApp, the joining detail has been given. Thank you, Rehab. So we are waiting for more people. And this will just give you a demo on some grade 4 questions. This is a grade 4 quiz on non-routine questions. Thank you, Philomena. Thank you, Mercy. So we have Joyce, David, Winnie, Nashon, Philemon, Rahab, Hannah, Leah, and Mercy. We are waiting for others to join. We will start when we have 15 people. So the rest will follow to see how the quiz looks like. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Lucy. So I'm waiting for others to join. Thank you, Sam. I now have 9 people. I have 12 people, sorry. This will be 5 questions, and each question will be given a minute to solve, and they are multiple choice questions. So you can guess or you can solve and get the answer. So we have 14 people. Thank you, Masinjama. Thank you, Charles. Let's see if the rest of us can join. Yes, we had. Thank you, John Kanyoro. Just go to join my quiz, enter that particular code. We see if we can get more people.
The code, please.
026123. 026123.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
So we are waiting for more people. At least now we have 15. I had promised 15. So we are going to start in a minute. So those who are joining, please join. Enter that code. Then you enter again. Code, enter the code. We're going to start in half a minute. We're going to start in half a minute. Okay, we can see people coming up. And Hannah is there, so we can see the top 3. Finish up so that we see you. Now I want to give you a minute. You finish so that we see the top 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people who have finished. You want 4 more to finish? Thank you. Joyce Muni has finished. Okay, and you can see the leaders table is changing. Okay, David Kabiru is coming up. John Kanyoro is also coming up. So we have some few people almost done. We have Hannah, John, Florence Tuo, David Kabutu. Please finish. Okay, so you can see many people are finishing. David Kabutu has jumped up. Hannah is there. Yeah, at least 10 people have finished. So we are going to stop the game in the next 1 minute. So those who are finishing, can you finish? "45 seconds. 30 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And I'm going to end the game. Thank you very much. At least 13 people finished the game. And I can see Supporter Salt and Maureen, they're still working, and Mercy Kinywa. But I'm going to end the game. And once I end this particular game, I'll be able to see the top 3, Lucy Mwendwa, Charles, and Winnie. Congratulations. And you can see the others also. These are the people who got everything. You can see the top 10, they are Mastery Party. And I can also see the question. I can see the class accuracy. The toughest question was question 1, where 10 players got it wrong. The longest question was question 4, which took 41 seconds. And I can download the results. And when I download the results, I'll be able to know which learner had which particular problem, and meaning that next time I'll be able to help that particular learner in Thank you very much for taking the quiz. I'll now go to our session. I think somebody is muting me because some people are still presenters, so I'll correct that. That's okay. I know how to do that. First one. So welcome back and thank you for taking the quiz. I hope you learned something. And these are some of the questions you can give your learners for them to be able to do some of the non-routine work. And we are going to proceed with the presentation. And sorry for the small hiccup which I had, whereby some people are muting me and therefore I'm not able to speak. I disappear. So I'm addressing that now so that I'm able to control what happens. So I'll proceed with the presentation. So we have done a quiz on routine and non-routine, and therefore now we are going to continue. After this particular quiz, you'll see that the reason why there is a demand of routine and non-routine is because of the demand on critical thinkers. There is a demand on critical thinker because when you have critical thinkers, you will now have people who can solve problems. And therefore, if you look at active learning strategies which are being used, for example, creativity and originality, it's being emphasized so that when you are having children in your class, the kind of lesson is taught in a way that it facilitates for creativity and initiative. So that one is a critical aspect of this particular critical thinking and problem solving. The other one is technology design. Technology design and that one will help so that when you are working with the learners, they are able to bring in technology. Then we are also talking about critical thinking and analysis. These are some of the skills which are growing and they are required by employers. Complex problem solving, as well as leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, and reasoning, problem solving, and ideation. These are the kind of skills which are required, and we should not wait until people go to the university for them to start having these particular skills. The skill sets should begin at the formative years when they are still down there in school so that they build them over time. And you'll find that we are talking about some things are declining and some are increasing. And if you look at how it is moving, things like memory, verbal, auditory, and spatial ability, these are things which are declining. Management of financial and material resources, these are declining. Technology installation. When you buy a mobile phone, when you want to update your computer, many years ago, we used to take our computers to be updated by somebody. Nowadays, you just press a button and it is updated. So there are things which are declining. Reading, writing, maths, and active listening, these are things which are declining. Management of personnel, they're all declining. Quality control, safety awareness, coordination, time management. These are things which are declining in terms of demand because technology is being used to monitor many of these things. And therefore, you find that, can you note down 2 jobs which were not there when you were a student? Write down 2 jobs which, when you were a student, they were not there. List them in the chat. Two jobs which were not there when you were in school. App developer, thank you, Enos. Two jobs that were not there when you were in students. Safaricom job, M-Pesa job, IT, human resource. Thank you very much. So you find that then we need to ask ourselves, what jobs are we preparing our learners now? Because if when we were a student, there are some jobs which were not there, tuk-tuk repair technician. So what jobs are we preparing our learners now? According to Richard, he tells that we are currently preparing learners for jobs that don't exist yet, using technology that haven't been invented in order to solve problems we don't even know they are problems yet. So that is where we are, and therefore, if this is where we are, when we give our learners content, it has a short shelf life, and it might not be useful for them. So we are talking about jobs like weather design engineer, artificial intelligence, human organ engineer, nanotechnology engineer, robot sports promoter, 3D cutting printer, autonomous sports specialist. We're talking about things like that, which require a different technology, memory augmentation specialist, 3D food biochemist, augmented reality. We're talking about drone fleet manager, robot behavior designer, gene programmer, human technologist. So these are the kind of jobs which we are talking about. And this is just a 2020 results by World Trade Economic Forum conference. So there are more other jobs which will be coming up which we don't know of. So if that is the case, then we need to prepare our learners in a way that the kind of jobs which they do will be preparing them for these future jobs. So that is all about non-routine problems, and therefore now we're going to go to class and to see how it looks like in class. And as we go to class now, we are going to take our learners' roles, and we enjoy the class. Welcome to our class. Welcome, students. Today we'll be learning mathematics, and in our class today, we'll be learning about numbers, and our strand is addition. So we'll be learning addition, and in addition, our last lesson, we talked about adding a 2-digit number to a 1-digit number without and with regrouping, with some not exceeding 100. That is what we did yesterday. Yeah, thank you. Our date is correct. Thank you, Winnie. We are going to correct the date of the class. So, for example, we did 22 plus 7 in the last class, and we had 22 plus 7, and we got our answer to be 29. That is what we did last time. So you find that today we also looked at our word problem in the last lesson. And in the word problem, for example, 22 girls came to school and 7 more girls came to school. How many girls were in the school? We used counters where we had, those are 10, 20, then we had 22, then we had another 5, 2, those are 7. So we counted all of them, and we did 22 plus 7, and we got 29. So that is also what we did yesterday in terms of our class, to be able to understand what was happening in terms of counting. So we used the word problem and we used numbers, and we are able to get that as our answer. So I'd like you to watch this short video about addition to quickly revise how we do the number so that we can be able to do the questions today. So let's watch a short video. We are going to project it on the board, and then we see there are some technical issues. So we are going to watch this video. It's loading.
In this lesson,
so because of that particular challenge, I'm going to play the video from a different medium. because we are having a problem to see it from there. So sorry for that inconvenience.
In this lesson, we shall try to find the missing number. We have been given a number, but we have one that is missing, and it is represented by this cube. So what we have been asked to do is to look for what it is that we shall add from 13 so that we can get 19. That is, how many numbers are in between 13 and 19? Because if you add them, you will get 19. So how do we do this? One of the ways in which we can do that is by doing simple calculation of addition. We want to add from 13. So let's add together. That should be the 14th one. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So if we are to get 19, which we have been asked to look for, and we had been given 13, which is up here, then what we need to add are these that have been missing. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we need to add is 6, which means that the unknown number here is 6. Let's check if our answer is correct. If we say 6 plus 13, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If we count them together, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, which means our answer is correct.
Okay, so we have seen from the teacher from another school who was demonstrating to us what to do. So now we're going to continue with our class, and we have seen that particular example on how we can count, and this is what we did yesterday. So for today's lesson, we are now going to continue that and apply it in different ways. So we are going to apply it in a different scenario, and we should be adding, it's still addition, but whatever we have revised is what we are going to apply in our session as we are moving on. So I'm trying to load the lesson where we are so that we continue. Sorry, I've loaded the wrong one. So it is opening, and then we are going to continue with the activity. So in this activity today, we'll be solving non-routine problems. They are taking long to load, so ideally I can just go to there. Okay, let us just proceed with this. So we are supposed to find the missing numbers, and they're coming up, it's loading. We're supposed to find the missing number. And as we are finding the missing numbers, technology is challenging today. I'm waiting for it to refresh, sorry. So we are supposed to fill in the missing numbers. So look at the board, which is loading, and then we fill out the missing numbers in these particular questions that we have been given. So there is a dash plus 15. Dash plus 15 is equal to 21. Can you write the answer in the chat? Write the answer in the chat. Thank you, Nashon. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Florence. Thank you very much. Okay, second question for us is we have dash plus dash is equal to 13. Dash plus dash is equal to 13. Write your answers in dash plus dash is equal to 13. Write your answers in the chat. Okay, I can see 7 plus 6, 5 plus 8, 10 plus 3, 11 plus 2, 5 plus 8. You are completing the sums, which is good. Let us continue. Solve this puzzle. A square plus 13 is equal to 20. What is the answer? A square plus 13 is equal to 20. Okay, that is good. 12 plus a circle is equal to 17. Okay, that is good. A square plus a triangle plus a circle is equal to 25. Remember, you have to use the answers of the square because now you know how much is a square and how much is a circle. So what will be the answer for the triangle? The answer for the triangle? Thank you, Esther. Let's get some more. Mercy, thank you. But Mercy, the number sequence, you have to sequence them exactly the way they are on the board, Mercy. Okay, that is great. I'm waiting for one more. Biwini. Biwini, That is 27 plus 5 plus 8. Okay, Winnie is saying no. Okay. Carolina Mimo, you are supposed to use the answers you got for the square and the circle. So Carolina Mino, your answer is not correct. Look at it again. Michael M, you have changed the value of the square and the value of the circle. They're supposed to remain the same, 7 and 5. They're supposed to remain the same, 7 and 5. The addition is correct, but for this sum, the representation is not correct. Thank you, Francis. Okay, so let us do the next sum. Solve this puzzle. When you add a triangle to a square, you'll get a square. If a triangle is 10, what will the square be? If you add 5 to a triangle, you get a square. If a triangle is 10, what will be the square? Okay, people are giving answers. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you, Margaret. Bernadette Mwasia, you're saying it is 0. Everybody else is saying it is 15. Check your answer, Bernadette. Five plus this is that and that. Okay, let's do this other sum. A square and a triangle is that. Let us solve that sum. A square and a triangle and a circle is 25. And you are told that the square is greater than the triangle by 5. Let's take 3 minutes to solve that question. Okay, Eunice, you have given an answer. Okay. And Eunice, in your assumption, you're assuming that the square and the circle are the same. Okay, thank you, Naashan. You have given your answer too. Let's see more answers. Then I'll show you my working, and then you'll compare my working and your answers. Esther, thank you. You have given your answer too. Bernadette, you have given your answer too. Thank you. Margaret, you have given your answer too. Thank you. Florence, you have given your answer. That's correct. So maybe I can demonstrate my answer, the way I got my answer, and then we can compare. So I took a triangle plus 5 plus another triangle plus a circle will be equal to 25. This is because we have been told that the square is greater to triangle by 5. So that means that I only have triangles and a circle, and therefore I can also have then 2 triangles plus a 5 is equal to 25, plus a circle is equal to 25. Now this is only addition, so I can't subtract, but I know now that 2 triangle plus a circle is 20, because there's a 5 here and a 5 here. If that is 20, I can make a table, and in this table I say if a triangle is 1, then 2 triangle will be 2, and the circle will be 18, and we'll have 20. So it means that the triangles can take different numbers. And for that, then I can have the triangle is equal, I get the answer for the triangle, and I get the answer for the square, and I get the answer for the circle. So you can see people are giving different answers, and all the answers are correct because it depends on what value the triangle takes. So if the triangle is 1, then we have 2, then the circle will be 18. So we can continue adding all that, and we can get multiple answers from this simple question, which can give us multiple answers. And I can see, for example, Mercy Kinywa says 10 plus 5 plus 10. Michael says 8 plus 3 plus 13. John K says 12 plus 7 plus 6. So we are able to get different answers, but from the same question, which is great. Okay, now let us look at this other question, word problem. Juma and Asha combine their oranges. They have a total of 14 oranges. Juma came with 4 oranges more than Asha. How many oranges did each one of them come with? So when you combine their oranges is 14, and you're told that Juma came with 4 oranges more than Asha. So can we do that question and we give our answers? Three minutes. Okay, Nation has given an answer. Sam has given an answer. Thank you very much. Biwini has given an answer. And if you look at the chat, people are giving different answers and they are all correct. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Mercy has also given an answer. Okay, so I'll work out how I did my addition and you can compare. So I made a table and I put Juma and Asha, and then I gave, if Juma had 4, Asha has 0, total is 4. If Juma has 5, Asha has 1, like that. I continue making sure that the difference is 4, and eventually when I reached 14, I got the answer of what Juma would have and what Asha would have. So it means that when Juma has 9 and Asha has 4 less, Asha will have 5 and the total will be 14. So you can see that is how I worked out, and I can see you have all done that. So you can compare my working with your working. So I'll give you the final question as our lesson is coming to an end. This is a word problem. There are 3 baskets, a brown one, a red one, and a pink one, holding a total of 10 eggs. The brown basket has 1 more egg in it than the red basket. The pink basket has 3 more eggs than the red basket. How many eggs are in each basket? Let's take another 3 minutes. Let's take 3 minutes. We have 2 minutes. So Michael has given the answer. Eunice has given the answer also. Margaret has given an answer. Thank you, Margaret. Francis has given the answer. Lizzie has given an answer. Thank you, Lizzie. So I'm going to share the working and you compare the working with your work. Compare with how you have worked out and the word problem. So I divided the red basket plus 1, pink basket minus 3, pink basket red plus 3, and I had a total of 10. So depending on how the relationship was given, and then from that, I now say that if red basket has 1, then these other baskets will have something like that. And then the total will be 4. Then I made that for each basket, I continue. If this one has 2, and I move that until I got 10. So at 10, it means red is 3, and that is what Mercy has said here. Mercy has got that when that is 3, Mercy says we are going to have 3 to 5 as a total for that. So that is the correct answer. Please compare with what you have done and see the way you have done your question. So thank you very much for the class. So I'd like to ask you, what did you enjoy in today's lesson? Put it in the chat. What did you enjoy about today's lesson? We are still in the students mode. We'll be given time to give feedback as teachers. So students, what did you enjoy in today's lesson? Can you type in the chat? What did you enjoy in today's lesson? Join my quiz by Eunice. Thank you, Eunice. In today's lesson, this lesson I was demoing. Join my quiz was not here. Solving the simple question. Thank you, Mercy Kinywa. Asalana, what did you enjoy? Freedom of working out the problems my way. Thank you, Florence. Questions with food that I like. Thank you, Margaret. Critical thinking highly promoted. Thank you, Rehab. Playing with numbers in solving serious sums. Thank you, Winnie. Missing numbers, teachers working. My teacher involved me. Thank you, Lizzie. So I can see the next teacher is on the door. So we are going to come to the end of our class. And thank you very much for your participation. For your extension activity, I like you to read on the board what I'm writing. Place the numbers 1 to 9, 1 in each circle, so that the sum of the 4 numbers along the 3 sides of the triangle is 20. There are 9 circles and 9 numbers. So this is our home fun. We'll do it after the class. And then tomorrow, we will identify people in the class who will come in front and present the lesson. So don't forget to copy the lesson on the question on the board as your home fun. You'll go and do this question, and then tomorrow we are going to present. Thank you very much. The lesson has ended. Thank you for attending my lesson. Goodbye. Now, welcome teachers. Now, teachers, welcome. I want feedback now. Can you give me feedback on my lesson? What went well? What can be improved? I'm here to take notes on the feedback. The lesson was about numbers, and it was about non-routine. And I know we did a lot of questions in it. And now we are at this point whereby we're giving feedback as we come to the end of the session. So we have around 8 minutes. You give feedback and give constructive feedback. Don't say good, excellent, poor, you can do better. Give some substance. Communicate with the teacher so that I learn from your feedback. So I'm listening. Anybody can raise up your hand and speak, and others can type. I can see people are typing already. Anybody wants to speak, please unmute, raise your hand, unmute. I select you, I call out your name, and then I'll give you an opportunity to share something. So I can see good lesson. How much time was allocated for the lesson? 30 minutes. Yes, Enos, it looks like long because there are so many activities, but it was sharp 30 minutes. Thank you very much, Enos. Proper involvement of learner. Thank you, Veronica. Good mastery of content. Thank you, Thuo. Please give feedback to the teacher so that the teacher can become better. Learners were given an opportunity to use their own method and arrived at the same answer. Thank you, Margaret. The teacher engaged learners throughout. Thank you, Biwini. And please give a rose and a thorn. What went well, what can be improved? Dr. Sam has posted the question there. What went well, what can be improved? Winnie, tell us kindly which grade. Is it 3 or 2? This was supposed to be either grade 4 or 3. But Winnie, you can tell us better. Dr. Sam says it was activity-based. Thank you, Dr. Sam. The teacher did well in giving learners sufficient time to solving question. Has never come across. Thank you very much, Mercy Kinywa. Involve the students fully. Thank you, Michael Mwangi Kiru. Lizzie, Dr. That was a very good involving lesson that engaged the learners throughout. Thank you. Lucy Mwenda, good lesson. Learners were fully engaged. Please give suggestion. How can we make this lesson better? I know at the beginning I had some technical issues, and I know my learners were wondering how come the teacher is not flowing. That's okay. Thanks, Dr. Mines. It was wow. Keep it up. Thank you, Rehab. So I'm receiving feedback. Examples are very appropriate, National Dero, and pupils were actively involved in the lesson. The video should be tested before the lesson. The lesson was very interesting. Thank you, Nation. That one is noted. The lesson was enjoyable as it fully engaged learners. Check the date, please. Thank you. This lesson, I think, was supposed to be done yesterday, but then, yes, that one is noted. The teacher was very audible, gave clear instruction. The time given to the learner was not enough for time takers. Thank you, Ms. Ngugi. So time needs to be taken to be given more. And teacher activity involves students that gave them time to work out. So maybe I engage Eunice Ngugi. I have a 30 minutes lesson and some learners are finishing earlier. Can you advise how to handle that? The teacher should pretest the video. Thank you, Sam, for that. Eunice Ngugi, can you unmute your mic and tell us something about the time takers? Give us
okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Daktari. I felt that the time takers may not have completed doing some of the questions, especially the non-routine questions.
Yes.
These one of the brown bar, the pink and the red basket. It was a challenge to the time takers. So at the time allocated by the teacher, only catered for those very sharp learners.
Yes. So I want an advice from you, Madam.
Okay, what I think the teacher should give more time to those time takers. Or rather, the questions were too many in when we consider in the class has the mixed ability. So I think the questions were too many. Maybe there would have been like 3 to cater for
just
every
a moment.
Yes?
Just a moment. You have said mixed ability.
Yeah.
So how do we cater for the mixed ability? Because there are some like Enos who will finish very early, or Nation was finishing very early. How do I make sure I'm catering for Nation and I'm catering for Eunice at the same time within the same 30 minutes?
Okay, that's what I am saying. That's why I'm saying that the questions maybe should have been 3. The first one was okay because it was a routine, but the others were non-routine, so they needed a little bit of time. So I
get you, Madam. I get you. Suppose I give 3 questions and I give them for 10 minutes and my student Nation does them in 2 minutes. What do I do with Nation in the next 8 minutes?
Yeah, you should have that what we call the individualized program. So you give Nahashon another one. So there should have been an individualized program for Nahashon.
Yeah, that is what I want to learn from you, Madam.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Miriam Waigwa, your hand is up. Can you unmute and share? Miriam Waigwa.
Maybe on that we was talking about.
Yes.
Hello. I can also help by saying, as a teacher, you usually know your learners.
Yes.
So what happens during the planning time, as I plan, maybe my objective was that by the end of the lesson, each learner should at least do 5 sums. But I know that my Nahason is able to do more than 5. So as I will be coming to class, I will be having more for Nahashon. But I make sure that all my other learners have done the 5 that I objected by the end of the lesson were to be done. Then I have another question. I have a question about the basket. I'm not contented because what I have learned, I'm not okay with the question of the basket. Because I found that I did not flow with your method.
Yes.
Because as for me, I worked from the red basket, from the red and the brown, and I also learned that in class you will find that different methodologies are used by different learners.
Yes.
So my question is, as a teacher, should I go with my method, or I should give learners opportunity to show us how they worked it out?
Did you listen to my instruction that I'm showing you how I did it? You compare with the way you did it. I never say it right, I never say it wrong.
Okay, thank you, I get it now.
There's a critical question by Madam Winnie. Hebu tufungulie kidogo tuelezee. Anasema maswali mengine hapo yalikuwa yamezidi kipimo. Remember, we want to throw our learners in the deep end. Be Winnie, please. Je, tuelezee tafadhali.
Haya, ndio maana nilikuwa nauliza. Darasa lilikuwa lipi? Grade ya 4, grade ya 3 ama grade gani?
Ilikuwa katikati ya grade ya 3 na ya 4.
Grade ya 3 na 4. Kwa sababu nikiangalia kama hilo swali la basket.
Yes.
Here the statement says that Pink had 3 more oranges, 3 what? My question is, in our answers, did the answer agree with the statement?
These are there are 3 baskets.
Yes. Now
brown
the brown
one in
basket so the brown has 1 more egg in than the red basket. I'm asking, did our answer agree with our statement?
1 more than red. 1 more than red, isn't it? No,
Yes.
I like that. I like being practical, Madam Winnie. I don't know. Let me see if the answer agrees. Has it agreed? 3, 2, 5. Is red basket, is a brown basket 1 more than red?
Iko wapi brown? Because we have red, pink, red.
Ya kwanza ndio brown. Yeah, imekubaliana?
Oh.
Asante.
Okay. Now, my overall opinion was I think it's a bit okay. It is okay that we are taking the other end. On the other hand, the learner can give up when they don't exactly conceptualize what they're like I did.
Yeah, the thing is, I was walking through many. Ideally, in my real class, I will only do 2. This was like lesson 2. In lesson 1, I'll do 1, and then I allow every learner to work it out. I see how they are working out, and then we work together. Because
but I like the progression.
Yes.
The way we moved from the game was friendly, and then we came climbing the hill, and now we are at the peak.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So I think we are coming to the end of the session, and I hope the schools which have not been presenting, they will have an opportunity to present. So what I'd like you to do is start uploading your things which you have taken from this lesson that you like to do in our session. Don't forget, anything that you want to do, add. I can see Dr. Margaret is saying nice interaction, kudos, thank you. Learners were actively invented that, thank you very much. So finally, I want you to complete this sentence. I used to think, you fill in what you used to think, but now I think. Mawazo yako yamebadilika vipi? Kulingana na hichi kipindi chetu cha leo, je, mawazo yako, mtazamo, umebadilika? Tujuze. Right there, I used to think, fill in what you used to think, and now what you are thinking. Liz is telling you, Winnie, that is how I gave up during Kiswahili. So let's share our feedback. I used to think, you say how you used to think, now I think. For example, for me, I used to think I can't teach grade 3 mathematics. Now I think I can do it with some feedback from all of you. Let's share our feedback. I used to think, now I think. We are waiting for your feedback. We have only 2 minutes, so please let's write it quickly. I used to think, now I think. So Lizzie say, I used to think there was only one way of working a mathematical problem. Nashon said, I used to think addition is difficult, but now I think it is very interesting. When I saying that I can't. Biwi is saying, I used to think word questions for grade 3 are difficult. Now I think it is possible with relevant example. Thank you, Winnie. And Margaret said, I used to think that is Margaret. Winnie says, I used to think that the teacher has no time listening to people's way of thinking, but now I think their views make real learning real. Thank you very much. So,
there's some from WhatsApp.
Yes, please, Esther.
Aima says, I used to think mathematics is for the learned, but now I think I'm good to go in mathematics. And then Alice says, I used to think that mathematics is an elephant. Now I think I can manage it.
Okay.
And the other one is, I used to think that routine problems were hard, but now I think they are enjoyable and interesting.
Thank you very much. So the time now is up. I'll now call Nashon to close the session. Doc, you want to say something?
I just said, Margaret said, I used to think word questions for grade 3 are difficult. Now I think it is possible with relevant examples. And finally, Eunice says, I used to think the teacher's way is the only way of solving mathematical problems, but now I think I can learn from the learner.
Thank you very much. The time is up. I'll call Nashon to say a statement and we close the session. Nashon, something short, we close. Nashon, are you there? So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the session. And we are going to have a 1-hour working document break. Please design your lesson in any subject where you think you're going to do non-routine stuff. And we'll have an opportunity to pick the names of the schools which have not presented, and they will present after we come back. Asanteni sana, tuonane baada ya dakika 60.
Thank you too.